In this video, we take a brief journey around the world to look at Tesla's complete and utter domination, and in absolutely unrelated matters, some NPCs in the hate-stream media, aka the finance media, aka the very legitimate news who would never lie to, mislead, deceive, or manipulate data to try and paint a false narrative about any companies, especially not Tesla, have some very honest things to say about Tesla, which clearly is just an honest mistake and not an effort for them to keep happy their largest advertisers, who just so happen to be automotive manufacturers who Tesla is currently killing. And if you guys haven't already seen, I've posted a couple of exclusive Patreon videos in the last 24 hours, including one exposing some absolutely brazen corruption at the highest levels in the United States. And a feature video on Nikola's fourth CEO in as many years, a man who helped bring Trevor Meltdown Milton and Nikola stock public to prey upon really dumb retail investors. You know that one's going to be good. Check the link in the pinned comment to join Patreon.
Tesla is facing more scrutiny for its driver assistance system. The EV maker is now fielding calls from the National Highway Transportation Administration to provide extensive data on its autopilot systems known as Elon mode.
So, 3 days after the mind-blowing FSD V12 demo, purely end-to-end trained on nothing but video, no heuristics, deleting 300,000 lines of code, incredible capability, huge implications, watershed moment, still yet to see a single new research note from any of the analysts on Wall Street, which means it's time for the roasting to begin. What a bunch of dumb motherfuckers. Not to worry, in place of the new research notes, the mainstream finance media has taken the baton, a new tsunami of FUD. Sounds bad, doesn't it? Tesla, autopilot, Elon mode, required to provide more data to regulators. So before we get too much further into this is the first I've heard of Elon mode. Well, what do we have here over on X? This from Holmars. Seeing a lot of bad takes on this letter. There was never any Elon mode issued to consumers. NHTSA is simply mistaken, probably confused by something they read online. These are drivers putting weights on the steering wheel, etc., not something Tesla did. Now, I don't know, again, you can't believe everything you read on the interwebs or you hear from the morons in Yahoo Finance. So before we read this letter, here's some speculation. Now, again, I don't even know where this Elon mode stuff came from, but let's just say there is actually, in fact, really an Elon mode that doesn't nag the driver or doesn't nag the driver as often to put the hands on the steering wheel. If true, speculation alert, why might Tesla have developed a certain variation of their autopilot software called Elon mode that would less frequently, if at all, nag drivers? Spoiler alert, here's an idea, maybe so that Elon Musk and others within Tesla who are testing the software, not consumers, not the public, but people within Tesla can test the software without getting annoying fucking nags 24/7. Now maybe that's one idea if Elon mode actually exists. But let's actually read the letter, because who knows if there's actually a thing called Elon mode in the first place. But of course, my point here is, isn't it interesting that the Yahoos on Yahoo Finance just jumped to the worst possible conclusion? Let's read this actual letter. Miss Dina Eskin, Senior Director of Legal at Tesla. Dear Miss Eskin, on the 13th of August, 2021. 2021, huh? Wait, what year are we in now? 2023? Huh, why is this coming up now? Oh, isn't that curious? 2 fucking years ago, NHTSA's office opened preliminary evaluation to assess the performance of the autopilot system installed on Tesla vehicles. On the 8th of June 2022, a fucking year ago, ODI upgraded blah blah to engineering analysis. Blah blah blah. ODI stated that it would be assessing, quote, the technologies and methods used to monitor, assist and enforce the driver's engagement with the dynamic driving task during autopilot operation. Recently, as in 2 fucking years ago per the date on this letter, August 13th, not 2023, but 2021, NHTSA became aware that Tesla has introduced an autopilot configuration that, when enabled, allows drivers using autopilot to operate their vehicles for extended periods without autopilot, prompting the driver to apply torque to the steering wheel. NHTSA is concerned that this feature was introduced to consumer vehicles. Oh, hang on a minute. Stop. And NHTSA is concerned that this feature was introduced to consumer vehicles. Well, isn't that interesting? NHTSA isn't saying you have introduced this feature to consumer vehicles and that's a problem. NHTSA, 2 years ago, was apparently concerned that Tesla possibly may have introduced this alleged feature to consumer vehicles. What are the odds that Tesla would introduce a feature that turns off the autopilot nag to consumer vehicles? You fucking morons. And now the existence of this feature is known to the public. More drivers may attempt to activate it with the magical turn off the annoying nag button. You idiots. The resulting relaxation of controls designed to ensure that the driver remain engaged in the dynamic driving task could lead to greater driver inattention and failure of the driver to properly supervise autopilot. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, why is this even being talked about? Skipping ahead a little bit, you must respond in full to this request in the enclosed special order by August 25th, 2023. If you do not timely, accurately, or completely respond to requests in the special order, you may be subject to civil penalties of up to $26,315 per day. Can we put this fucking garbage to bed now? That being said, let's let the morons on Yahoo Finance embarrass themselves a little bit further, discussing this supposed Elon mode. Morons.
Let's bring in Yahoo Finance's Pras Subramanian to hear more about this latest order from regulators. Hey, Pras.
Hey, Rochelle. Yeah, Tesla facing more scrutiny here with autopilot. The concern here, did Tesla make it easier for drivers to take their hands off the wheel while the system is engaged? Now, according to NHTSA, the agency became aware of an autopilot configuration that, when enabled, allows drivers using autopilot to operate their vehicles for extended periods without autopilot prompting the driver to apply torque to the steering wheel. This is colloquially known as Elon mode, something that CNBC first reported on a while back. So NHTSA asked Tesla to respond by August 25th to this allegation, and according to NHTSA's website, Tesla did respond confidentially. Now, for its part, Tesla says autopilot is intended for use with a fully attentive driver. So Elon mode clearly doesn't comply with this if you think about it from that torsional sort of feedback that you one must give to the steering wheel to make the car aware that you actually are still holding the wheel.
And so, is this likely to move the needle on people who are looking to or are considering buying Tesla vehicles?
In the sense that they not want to buy it if this underinvest.
What the I really feel for these finance media NPCs. I'm sure the anchor there had a producer in his ear. Hey, bro, we need to make this look bad. Elon bad, Tesla bad, FUD. Looking forward to seeing how delicately Pras responds to this rather stupid question. Yes, there is such a thing as a stupid question.
I'm not quite sure about that. I know that autopilot is a distinguishing factor that people actually talk about. Hey, this is an advanced autonomous driving feature that people would like to use in their cars. And I think right now,
couple of things. One, well handled by Pras, and two, you guys notice that infographic on screen right now? Sometimes people might think I'm being a little bit unreasonable on the fake news. I mean, the hate stream media. I mean, the NPCs on Yahoo Finance, CNBC, and so on. Look at the random thing that just appeared on screen without any commentary. Just bam, appears on screen in the middle of the segment. Nothing to do with the topic at hand, which is a supposed build of autopilot, but a great opportunity to spread more FUD. So let's talk about why this is incredibly misleading, dishonest, deceptive, and just not cool. So here's the graphic that magically happened to already be prepared and just turned up on screen during this segment without any commentary around this particular graphic. Just let's put it on screen, because why not? Crashes involving Tesla's driver assistance system have grown. So why is this intellectually dishonest? Tesla sales have grown. This is not adjusted for sales. This isn't adjusted per miles driven in Tesla vehicles. Nope. It's just, look, they've gone up. It's incredibly misleading. Of course, the unfortunate thing is many of the people who watch the finance media have small brains. They don't think like this. They don't think. They just watch this to get told what they should think. Oh, Elon bad. Okay. Elon bad. Oh, remember that. And this graphic has just appeared on screen without any commentary. Just bam. A brazen effort to spread FUD about Tesla. And the reason this kind of bullshit irks me so much is because there are people out there who are not very intelligent who will see this and think, oh, Teslas are unsafe. They're getting less safe. As a result, some of these folks may opt to buy a less safe vehicle and end up dead, injured, or permanently disabled as a result of getting in a collision because they weren't in the safest vehicles on the planet. How do these people sleep at night?
We're not seeing that effect just quite yet, especially with the fact that, they've added the monthly subscription feature where you can pay $150 or whatever it is per month to have it, as opposed to the $15,000 for FSD. So it's a better way to get into it. But I think right now feature's still available for use. Yeah. It's still in the process of the whole NHTSA investigation. I think the bigger issue, Brad, is this whole...
Unbelievable. What do you know? On screen now, another infographic, pure FUD. Since 2019, Tesla Autopilot mode has been involved in 17 fatalities, 736 crashes. So, any more context here? Compared to the national average, how many miles driven per crash, fatality, etc.? No. Any context here pointing out that it isn't the autopilot software that crashed the car, it was the inattentive driver, and so on? No context, just more FUD. Now, curious. Wonder where the graphic for how many fatalities were avoided and how many accidents were avoided. Wonder when that's going to pop up on screen. I'm just kidding. Never.
Bigger investigation into Tesla cars on autopilot crashing into emergency response vehicles at scenes. That's sort of a big issue that people are kind of concerned about. And if that means...
more FUD. Again, if you have a small brain, this might sound really bad. Oh my God, Tesla vehicles are crashing into emergency vehicles. That's terrible. Let me ask you a question here. If an inattentive driver in any vehicle crashes into a stopped emergency vehicle, whose fault is it? The inattentive driver who crashed into a fucking stationary emergency vehicle? because they weren't looking, or the name of the company who produced the vehicle that you crashed into an emergency vehicle? That's a good question, isn't it? Yeah. Tesla doesn't yet sell or advertise fully autonomous vehicles. So Tesla vehicles aren't crashing into anything. Tesla drivers are crashing into things. But that doesn't make for much of a headline, does it?
Taking autopilot off the market or something like that, then I think you might see a big impact to sales.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, why is it that the fake news would want to continually spread FUD, lies, misinformation, and deceive their viewers about Tesla? If I were more cynical, and if I were to wear my tinfoil hat for a moment, I might wonder maybe it's got something to do with the largest advertisers in the finance media being automotive manufacturers, and Tesla currently eating the lunch of their biggest advertisers. In fact, what a great segue. Among brands, Tesla's Model Y was Europe's best-selling battery electric vehicle in the first half of 2023. I wonder what the first half of 2024 is going to look like, with sales volumes surging 95% and far outpacing those of Stellantis-owned mainstream brands. Tesla's market share in the European passenger car market surged 1.3 percentage points to 2.8%, the biggest increase among 116 brands tracked by Jato Dynamics, a market research company. Sales of all Tesla models through the EU more than doubled from the first half of last year, surpassing 185,000 units. So, not going to lie, great news for Tesla, extremely embarrassing news for European automotive manufacturers who are getting their asses handed to them in their own backyard by a foreign automotive manufacturer who are still currently ramping up production at their first European factory, which is also currently going through a massive expansion. Awkward. Meanwhile, Tesla sales in Australia continue to surge after Tesla deleted the Model S and X right-hand drive variants. Long overdue. I kind of called this. These are actual numbers of sales. First, the Model S and X from 2014 until the last sale in 2021 of just 5 units, peaking at just over 1,100 in 2017. These are some GM numbers. Model 3 and Y, 2019 first deliveries began just under 3,000. The following year, limited supply, just over 3,000. Then essentially quadrupling to 12,000. In 2022, almost 20,000. And based on estimates from Troy Tesla, is expecting almost a tripling to nearly 60,000 for the full year 2023. Of course, we'll just have to wait and see, but this is what these estimates plus actual data prior to 2023 look like. As you can see here, the competition is definitely coming. Tesla's in big trouble, and also internal combustion engine vehicles will certainly be around for many, many, many decades to come. And you might be wondering exactly how big is the automotive market in Australia? Answer, it's fucking tiny. Last year, just over 1 million vehicles were sold in Australia for the full year. Of those, Toyota's stunningly selling almost 250,000. You know how many they'll be selling at the end of this decade? About 0. So to put this in context, if Troy's estimates are close, Tesla may capture approximately 6% of the new vehicle market in Australia in 2023. Keeping in mind, Tesla doesn't have a factory in Australia. The vehicles that end up in Australia are the vehicles that are left over from elsewhere after being sold locally in China and exported to other parts of the world. One of the reasons that Tesla may take such a large slice of the Australian vehicle market is because there are no Australian automotive manufacturers, because it's a tiny market and you'd have to be brain dead to locally manufacture vehicles here, so no one does. Everything in our market is imported. It's pretty clear that in the next few years, Tesla is going to eat the lunch of Toyota. And now over to the Chinese market.
We expect that penetration rate could be past 35%. That means every 3 cars sold in China, 1 is EV.
So estimates for more than 1/3 of all new vehicles sold in China this year to be electric. Don't know if you're good at math, but that means there's only 2/3 to go, which obviously proves that the internal combustion engine vehicle will be here for decades to come. I don't think people appreciate how quickly this is happening. And remember, China is the world's most mature and biggest, therefore most important, automotive market. It's a leading indicator of where everywhere else will be a few years from now. Moments ago, talking about Tesla possibly having 6% of the market in Australia. That means electric vehicles could be close to 10% of the market in Australia. China around 35%. We've reached the tipping point, ladies and gentlemen. This is happening faster than just about anyone expected. Despite this, again, I'd just like to put it on the record. Last I recall, Morgan Stanley still think just 1/4 of all new vehicles sold in the US in 2030 will be electric. Good thing is they don't get compensated for being right.
So that said, that the competition in this market is very strong. We can see the market is pretty much dominated by BYD and Tesla. So the competition for rest of the EV brands is very tough.
On screen now, can anyone spot the odd one out? Which of these companies is not Chinese? BYD, Chinese. Li Auto, Chinese. NIO, Chinese. Xpeng, Chinese. Tesla, not Chinese. Clearly, punching well above their weight. Number 2 in China in terms of vehicle sales. Vehicle sales, not electric vehicle sales. Vehicle sales in China, Tesla, a foreign brand. And remember, unlike BYD, whose sales are almost entirely in China, there are some sales elsewhere, but relatively speaking, they're a spec. Tesla builds a shit ton of vehicles in China and sells a shit ton of vehicles they build in China, not in China. For example, Australia, and we just saw, they're absolutely dominating in Australia. So the fact that Tesla is number 2 in terms of vehicle sales in China in July, a foreign brand outcompeting all but one local brand, while simultaneously exporting a bunch of the vehicles they produced in China they could have sold in China, but opted to export elsewhere, really speaks volumes. And remember, as I mentioned, China is the world's biggest and therefore most important vehicle market. I also noticed a distinct lack of Toyota, Volkswagen, GM, Ford. Where are they on this list of the best-selling brands in China for vehicles in July? It's really important to look at these numbers. Most of these companies, these Chinese companies, produce vehicles and sell almost all of them, if not all of them, in China. They do have a home team advantage. Even though that's the case, if we look at Li Auto, Tesla's selling almost twice as many vehicles in China in July than Li Auto, despite exporting a ton of their production from China elsewhere, whereas Li Auto did not. Tesla's selling more than 3 times as many vehicles in China in July than NIO, and about 6 times as many as Xpeng. This is bonkers. The world's most important, biggest, and most competitive vehicle market is China. And Tesla's slaying it, a sign of things to come. Tesla must be the luckiest company on the planet. I mean, isn't they so lucky they built a factory in Shanghai? In fact, their first factory outside of the United States was in China. And now they're dominating in China, the world's biggest, most important, and most competitive vehicle market. Absolutely dominating. It's so lucky. Pure luck. Zero strategy. I wish I was that lucky.
Yeah, John, and this competition is also reflected in the way that there's been a price war. Companies are cutting prices pretty aggressively, which makes you wonder about the pressure on earnings, especially on margins, and which makes me think that, look, going forward, this is going to be a game of market share. You know, we saw Xpeng buying Didi's smart car business for $774 million. Is more consolidation ahead? Is that something we should expect?
Answer, yes. Consolidation, not just from acquisitions and mergers, but also a shitload of future bankruptcies. You can count on it.
I think the competition, as I said, with the top 2 EV manufacturers took over half of the market share in China already. So for the rest of the players, they have to find a very unique marketplace for themselves.
So as you heard, combined sales from BYD plus Tesla equates for about half of the market in China. Everyone else is competing for scraps. So to recap, Tesla is currently killing automotive manufacturers globally, and in completely unrelated matters, the mainstream finance media, whose biggest single advertisers are automotive companies who are being killed by Tesla, continue to spread lies, misinformation, fear, uncertainty, and doubt about Tesla. What a coincidence. Athletic Greens AG1 has given me a massive, meaningful boost in energy, allowing me to do a lot more every day, including using my brain more and using my body more. I highly recommend you guys and girls check it out. Athletic Greens AG1 is an excellent way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's got 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus prebiotics and probiotics and digestive enzymes and adaptogens to help you deal with stress. Plus, if you click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR, you can get yourself a 1-year free supply of vitamin D3 and K2. But don't take my word for it. Here's what some of you guys and girls have to say. AG1 has changed my life. I was, as you described, treating myself like a circus, ate like trash, rarely exercised, used alcohol as a stress crutch, cannabis also. AG1 is what gave me the kick in the ass, got me back to the gym, motivated me to do more for myself, family, my business, etc. Keep doing what you do. Now, I know there's some skeptics, the same kind of people who think Elon Musk is a fraud, reading this going, what do you thought? There's no way that's possible, bro. It must be a placebo effect. Believe it or not, this is a recurring theme. If you give your body everything it needs to feel and perform its best, including having a lot more energy, you'll need ways to use that energy. For me personally, that includes more exercise, moving my body more social activity, and more cognitively demanding tasks, including producing a ton of exclusive content over on Twitter and on Patreon, plus my daily YouTube uploads. The proof's in the pudding. On to another testimonial from a viewer of this channel. SMR, you asked me to provide feedback on AG1. Here it is. It has helped with mental acuity, stamina, and intestinal waste management. Can't read between the lines. Certainly helps with regularity and digestion. That's what the digestive enzymes are for. It has also dramatically reduced my cravings for sugar. You guys need to stop eating sugar. It's fucking poison. I'm 50, 5'9", and overweight, aka a fat motherfucker. I think that's a technical term for overweight, isn't it? Is it fat motherfucker or obese? I can't remember. I average 100 hours a week in the West Texas oil fields as a safety supervisor. Jesus Christ, dude. No wonder you're struggling to keep your weight under control. 100 hours a week. Brutal. It has helped me lose weight. It is not an appetite suppressant. It can help fat people suppress cravings, and motivation to be healthier is critical for changing your diet. Love you, brother. Again, this is a great point. It's something people really don't seem to grasp. If you have more energy, everything becomes easier. It's like turning on easy mode for life. A few years ago, before I was taking AG1, my health was trash. I was struggling to get through the day, had afternoon fatigue. The last thing I wanted to do was either use my brain or move my body. Didn't have the energy. Now, my biggest struggle every day is figuring out ways to use that energy. I'm exercising way more, doing a lot more with my friends and family, and of course, my work output has increased substantially. And you can fact check me. Check out the average length of my videos I was posting to YouTube 3 years ago. Need I say more? And one final testimonial. Love this one. Okay, here's the deal for me with this AG1 shit. I'm 41 years old and not the type to eat, drink, smoke, or sleep healthy, so I was skeptical. That being said, here's what I experienced. Day 1, meh. Day 2, afternoon fatigue was about 45 minutes late. Day 3, 0 afternoon fatigue. Day 4, 0 afternoon fatigue plus extra energy. Day 5, again, 0 afternoon fatigue plus energy, wondering, what the fuck, really? See, this is the thing, right? The results for many people are just almost too good to be true. This is the same experience I had. My afternoon fatigue just vanished out of nowhere. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Why am I not tired in the afternoons anymore? Surely, it's not that AG1, is it? Turns out it was. Day 6 and 7, same thing. Day 8, same thing. Plus, I had the want to get things done around the house that I normally would slack off and not get done. Again, the point, extra energy, you'll need to use it, you'll find ways to use it. Day 9, 10, and 11, and today is day 12. I fucking love it. So however you managed to get me to buy it, I'm so glad you did. Thank you so much, SMR. It really changed me so far. Guys, this shit really works. Just try it. By the way, this is the reason I continue to relentlessly promote AG1. A lot of people get real fucking mad in the comments. Oh my God, Snake Oil Salmon's sold out. Oh my God, he's a scammer. This is fraud. But constantly, I'm pretty sure everyone making these comments is also currently short Tesla stock. I'm not particularly concerned about people having a negative perception, those folks suffering from small brain syndrome, still living in my bum's basement syndrome, etc., writing mean comments, claiming AG1's a scam or it doesn't work. I mean, bro, when I get feedback like this is what keeps me going. And remember, there is a 90-day money-back guarantee. There's nothing to lose here. Just try this stuff for a month, and if you don't get these results, get your money back. See, it's a literal no-brainer. It's an IQ test at this point in time. Testimonial after testimonial after testimonial like this. Get your money back if it doesn't work. Just try it for a month, and if it doesn't work, get your money back. Today's the day. It's finally time. Be like this guy who was a massive skeptic, but finally, after 1,000 promotions in a row, caved in, tried AG1, and has results like this. Head to drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment, and please, let me know how you're feeling in a few weeks' time. Now, if you'll excuse me, time to put my extra energy to good use. I'll be recording some more exclusive content for Patreon and my Twitter subscribers. So click the links in the pinned comment. See you over on Twitter and or Patreon, and don't forget to grab your AG1. Love ya.